right, so not the safest thing in the world. I'm driving while I'm talking. Well, better pull over. So guys, I am about to film South Meridian in its fullest, and you guys are gonna see the ins and outs. You're gonna see neighborhoods that are new, you're gonna see neighborhoods that are shiny, you're gonna see neighborhoods that are older, you're gonna see mature landscape. You're gonna see all sorts of cool things. South Meridian really rocks. The proximity to the freeway, the good neighborhoods, the residential feel. You're gonna love it. Take a look. We are gonna tour all of South Meridian. In South Meridian, this is very close to Overland and Eagle. It shows you there. It's Eagle and Silverstone Way. Really about a hop, skip, and jump from the on-ramp at Eagle Road for the 84, the freeway. We're gonna start out here by going eastbound, and then we're gonna go south into a subdivision called Movado. And Movado connects to quite a few different subdivisions, but we're just gonna cruise through here. At the entrance of Movado, you see they do have some multifamily, very nice multifamily. And then you get into, we're gonna actually drive by quite a few Zach Evans construction homes. There's a clubhouse right there for you. They're kind of a modern looking area of the subdivision, you can see here. And then we're gonna cruise up here and see some more of this neighborhood. There's no direct outlet to get to the other side where we're gonna go. And you can tell they're still building in here. But we're gonna make our way through as this tour is, we're just gonna give you an in-depth look. This is a new subdivision, so, the mature landscape's not there. You can see in the background there because there's some homes on the other side of that canal that are very much mature, and it's called Sutherland Farms. We're actually going to go there in just a second. We're going to cross the bridge and go over there. And Sutherland Farms has been around for 20 years or so. This is half a mile away from where I grew up, so I know this area pretty well. This was always a farm field. This is always corn, it seemed like, growing up. So entering, you can see the different feel to Sutherland Farms already. Quality construction, this neighborhood is very good. Upkeep is very good. There's a lot of pride of ownership, good HOA here. Not overly bearing. A lot of pride of ownership in this neighborhood. And this neighborhood connects to the next one called Muir Woods, which is where we're turning right here. And right starts right there. And we're now in Muir Woods. Muir Woods has this huge park in the middle. It's actually to the other side of these homes on the left. They back up to a huge park. Very, very desirable home. Very few homes come up for sale in this neighborhood. My parents lived in this neighborhood when they sold their house for 2 years before they moved out to the country. And they lived in here. They had a lot of good things to say. It is an HOA that is very well maintained. People are on top of it, and the values are protected there, very much so, and that comes with a high price to the HOA. So we are now going to go south on Cloverdale. Cloverdale is a road that hits the freeway as well. It's one of those that's a mile east of Victory, and this is a road that goes over the freeway but does not connect to the freeway. So we were a mile east of Eagle. Now we're going toward Eagle Road. We're going west. And we're going to enter the subdivision here of Shelburne. Shelburne is a subdivision, has a few builders in it. I know Core Building is in here. There's a couple others, they'll come to my mind here soon, but Core is in here. Man, it's just blanking me. Tresidio's in here. Not James Clyde. Ted Mason's in here. Those are a few. Tresidio still have lots, I know that. In fact, this is a Tresidio. There's quite a few Tresidio. Oh, Berkeley's, we just passed a Berkeley. Quite a few homes. Those homes on the left were Tresidio. The one on the right was Tresidio. And then now we're a mile south on the road called Amity. Amity's a mile south of Victory. So Victory is we're now on Amity going west. This was a little known fact of little known use. This is the same dirt path I would turn on to go dump my grass off to the cows under that tree to the left there. That's where we'd dump the grass off to the cows. It's all subdivision now. There's a YMCA there to the right. There's some medical. There's some dental here. This old farmhouse is not the one it's not the one we associated with, but it's all the same. Doesn't really matter. Hillsdale Creek there to the left. That's where we're going to go. Century Farms to the right. These two connect in the back end here too. So we're just going to go drive through Hillsdale Creek. Hillsdale Creek and Century Farms, very, very, very similar. You almost don't know where they start and stop. There's a few indicators when you're in them, but for the most part, you're not going to notice a huge difference of the feel between the two of them. Homes in these subdivisions, like a 3-bed, 2-bath with an office. Looking, $650, $700. And if you back up to the road, subtract some money from that as well. There's a couple floor plans in this neighborhood. Now we're in Century Farms. There's a couple floor plans in this neighborhood that reach 3 stories. Like this one, actually, might have been right there that we just saw. But you'll notice that the home and feel looks very similar. There's actually, I think, 8 builders in this subdivision. This subdivision was a closed subdivision, meaning the developer invited 8 builders. You can any number they want to invite, but they invited 8 builders to come into the subdivision, if I'm not mistaken on the number. We had the Brighton, Alturas, Berkeley, James Clyde, Ted Mason, if I'm not mistaken. Ted Mason might be a wrong guess, but it's that type of group of builders. They were in there, and the homes there in Century Farms, and here Sky Mesa and Hillsdale, homes are very well protected in this subdivision. This infinity pool right here, you can see on the corner here. Very attractive look to the neighborhood, very nice entrance. People love seeing that, something that people goo and gaw over. Sky Mesa is a neighborhood built by Boise Hunter Homes. I'm doing my first build job right now with Boise Hunter Homes, and so far so good. They're one of those where they develop the land and then they control all the lots. And so you'll see some of the same look and feel of some of the homes. You'll see kind of repeated. You know, if they allow, I think it's every 5 homes or something, they allow the same floor plan to be repeated, and the same elevation, different elevations can be next door to each other as long as it's a same neighborhood pool, same style of neighborhood pool, but different neighborhood pool. Now we're gonna keep going through Sky Mesa, and we're gonna end up, I can't remember the next subdivision we go to, we're gonna find out here in a second, but we just entered it. I can't remember the name of the subdivision, maybe it'll pop up here for us. I was the one who gave instructions on when I was filming on what these neighborhoods were. I just can't remember what it is. And eventually this is going to connect us down to Amity Road. So we're actually kind of like a big U, upside down U. We entered this subdivision at YMCA, and now we're back on this road. We're about a mile west on Amity Road. And we're going to actually go back towards that YMCA right now. This is east on Amity Road. And this South Meridian area is developing super nicely. You can see at Albertsons. This Albertsons is a great addition to South Meridian because there's really not another Albertsons or shopping for another 4 or 5 miles. I'm really surprised that it took this long for Albertsons to come here. I'm actually surprised I don't see Targets and a little bit more shopping and a little bit more restaurants and things. And in fact, that's probably what that little strip mall in front of Albertsons is going to be, is some options for those locals. Tuscany is an awesome subdivision. I've sold a few in here. What I've learned about Tuscany, this neighborhood came in like 2010. Same type of build team as you would have seen in Century Farms just 10 years earlier. And this park, Renaissance Park, super dog friendly, I know that, but it gets its good use. There's like 3 pools in this neighborhood. There are patio homes, there's larger homes, there's some like half-acre lots in here if I'm not mistaken. If not, there's third-acre lots. People love Tuscany. Once they're in Tuscany, they don't want to leave Tuscany. The schools are awesome. The neighborhood is awesome. The mature trees is great. The builder teams that came in were great. People love Tuscany. That's just one of the pools. We actually crossed 2 of them. I didn't identify the other pool as we entered the neighborhood. It was on the other side. This was a mile. We went from east to west 1 mile to get over here to Locust Grove. And so we're actually going to hit Locust Grove and go south, and then we're going to go, on this map you can see, I think it's Wrightwood we're going to go onto, because we're going to go into the neighborhood called Reflection Ridge. This is kind of on the outskirts of South Meridian, another mile, and we're not in the thick of it. And so, to kind of get your bearings, and we are now headed west, and we're in Reflection Ridge. Another great subdivision. These homes can touch $1 million. 800,000, 900,000, very normal price point in this subdivision for like a 4 to 5 bath, and with your quarter acre. Very normal to see homes in that $800,000 to $900,000 range. As we cross here, notice the landscape gets a little less mature, and that's because one, there's multiple phases of Reflection Ridge, and then also we're going to touch into Caven Ridge for just a half second. See, all of a sudden we get a little bit less mature landscape here, and this is Caven Ridge. Caven Ridge might have been there for a couple blocks, but Caven Ridge is a nice subdivision. B&B Homes is another name that came up in this subdivision, but it had a lot of the same builders that we saw in those other neighborhoods. I know B&B wasn't in those other neighborhoods, but they are in this one. I know B&B because I went to high school with them, so I kind of keep track of them. Good dude. We're going to cross Victory Road, go straight across into Observation Point. Very nice homes, third-acre lots in here, and you'll see not cookie cutter, very much non-repeated floor plans on this one. And this subdivision, we're going to go a mile north we entered from Victory, we crossed that Victory Road, and we're going to go all the way over to Overland. That's 1 mile north of Victory. And right here, we're going to go from Observation Point, and we are now entering Meridian Greens. Meridian Greens is built in the 90s. This was a place to be in the 90s. This is an awesome subdivision. It's still very, very well kept. You don't see a lot of rundown homes in this neighborhood. In fact, I don't know, I can't think, I've driven this neighborhood quite a few times. I had a few good friends in high school who lived in this neighborhood, and it still has the great look and feel that it did, except for bigger trees and nicer look. If you ask me, I think this is a very nice subdivision. And that's why I wanted to go through it. When I planned my route of driving, I thought, should I include Meridian Greens? I just thought it was a good addition to let you guys see Meridian. Well, this is the street I spent most of my time on. This is Kingsford, my friend's house. We just passed it. And then we're going to go on Southeast 3rd out to Overland. And this gives you, I mean, we've really done already a ton on South Meridian. We're now close to the Meridian on-ramp for the freeway. So we're now 2 miles exactly west on Overland Road from where we started. We're going to now pass by a lot of the entertainment and shopping at Overland and Meridian Road. There is Roaring Springs, there's Lowe's, there's an Epic Car Wash, there's Walmart, there's a couple RV places, all in this 1 mile. And when people live in Q, I'll tell them, hey, this is where you're shopping, get used to that Meridian Road drive. It's only, 9-10 minutes, and they can be in all this shopping. And South Meridian, this is nice too. And to compare this to where that Albertsons was, we're probably 3.5 miles from that Albertsons, where I said, there wasn't much shopping around. It kind of seems weird as we're going straight through neighborhoods and it fast forwards, but you ever take the roads, the main roads, the Victories, the Cloverdales, the Overlands, the Locust Groves, Amity, etc. Those are all in 1 mile increments, so it's mile blocks from one to the next. Now we're gonna head south on Linder, and we're just gonna go straight through all the way. We're gonna skip some of these neighborhoods. There's a CBH neighborhood. I can't remember the neighborhood. That name will come to me. I just sold them there a couple years ago to one of the coolest guys. He's really cool. He's an awesome guy. He still sends me mindset stuff. He's a professor at Boise State. Coming back here, we're now at Linder and Victory. Victory is one of those roads that's shown up a lot. Linder is 3 miles west of Eagle Road. It's 1 mile west of Meridian Road and 1 mile east of 10 Mile. 10 Mile now has a 10 Mile, Meridian, and Eagle all have on and off ramps for the freeway. Now turning into Kentucky Ridge. Kentucky Ridge is an awesome neighborhood. I can include it as well. Built in the late 90s. And then we're going to connect up here to Oakwood Subdivision. I would say Meridian Greens shines a little bit better than Kentucky Ridge from the homes I've walked through from selling homes. I think those homes are a little bit better upkept, if you will. But here towards the end, now we got Oakwood, and we're going to cruise through. You'll have Stapleton, which is a cheaper home on the end there. But really, this concludes our tour of Meridian, the driving portion. And I am going to record myself here in a second, kind of summarizing everything we've seen on this video so that you can get an idea of what you should be thinking next and doing next. Wow, that was awesome. South Meridian's got a lot to deliver. Hope you enjoyed it all. The neighborhoods, Walmart, Roaring Springs, Lowe's, different nooks and crannies. I hope you loved it all. If you did, guys, there are other tours for you. If you're looking for North Meridian, watch that one. If you're looking for Eagle, watch that one. I've got Star and I've got Middleton. Those are my hometown areas. I was born and raised in South Meridian, went to Meridian High School, lived in Eagle for the last 7 years. I now live in Middleton. I choose these cities because they embody what America is to me, and that's awesome. It's freedom. It's all the good things that we enjoy about America. It's the good old pasture life. It's a little bit slower paced. I love Idaho. Guys, watch these videos to determine which city is best for you. Guys, you got to put in the comments, was there anything you wish you would have seen in the South Meridian tour? I can go back and grab drone footage. I can send it to you. Put your comments below. If you have any comments or anything, just put them in the comments. I respond to those, and I will get back to you with footage, with comments, with anything you need so that you feel safe and secure moving to Meridian, South Meridian that is, because honestly, one of the best spots in the Treasure Valley. And guys, why do I make videos like these? If you're moving to the Treasure Valley in the next 8 days, 80 days, whatever it might be, I'm your guy. Text, call, email 208-213-2092 or brian@brianhymus.com, and I will get back to you. We will get you on the Buying in Boise blueprint. It is the best blueprint, tried and true. It saves you so much time. It eliminates the riffraffing. Guys, it gets you on track and ready to become a full-fledged Idahoan with a license plate, with a driver's license, and a home here in Boise Valley. Guys, I choose these reasons. Guys, I choose these cities because these guys embody true America. It's what's all these guys. Guys, I've cheated. Also, you got to put in the comments, was there anything you did or didn't see that if you are moving to the Treasure Valley, Boise Valley that is, and you need to, guys, if you're moving to the Treasure Valley